It was on this 32-acre tract of land, punctuated with trees, rolling hills, and a stream, that in 1911, John Guest laid the foundation for the legacy that is Appleby College. In that first year, Guest oversaw the construction of School House, known today as KHİI House. A building that quickly became a home to the 29 young boys that attended the school in its initial year. Over the next 100 years, while many of the original buildings have been expanded or rebuilt, the grounds have retained their enduring natural beauty and splendor. While Schoolhouse is the oldest building on the grounds, it is the chapel that holds and evokes many of the community's most cherished memories. Built in the 1920s, the chapel stands as a memorial to the young men who gave their lives for the greater good of society in the First World War. Successive generations of students have gathered within its ivy-covered walls to remember and reflect. Strong emotions built the chapel, and more than 80 years later, strong emotions still resonate within it today. In founding Appleby, John Guest and Sir Edmund Walker shared a common desire to create a school that was progressive and innovative in its approach to academics. They shared the conviction that what happened outside the classroom was as important as what happened within it. For the past 40 years, at the school's northern campus, Guest and Walker's conviction has been put into practice, as students have shared experiences that have truly taken them outside the classroom. Together, they have learnt the value of cooperation, teamwork, trust, communication, but more importantly, they have built friendships that have lasted a lifetime. The introduction of co-education in the early 1990s marked a monumental change in the direction and future of the school. The inclusion of young women transformed Appleby, strengthening the school and creating a learning environment that was inclusive and reflective of society. To many, this decision proved to be the catalyst for the transformational changes of the past 2 decades. Since its earliest days, innovation has been at the center of the school's academic philosophy. So it should come as no surprise that in the late 1990s, Appleby was the first school in Canada to integrate advanced technology into all facets of teaching and learning. From notebooks to smartboards, wireless to wikis, students and faculty are continually finding new ways to use technology to enhance their educational experience. As the world has evolved, so has the school's approach to education. Appleby has continually looked beyond the classroom and embraced a global perspective, first through its membership in Round Square, and more recently with the Appleby College Diploma with Distinction in Global Leadership. Appleby is preparing students to take on the responsibilities and challenges of an increasingly global society. Over the past 100 years, Appleby's approach to learning has been extremely demanding, both for students and faculty. as it has laid the foundation for young, passionate minds to take on a world that Sir Edmund Walker once described as intensely interesting. While the focus on academics is essential, it is only part of the educational experience at Appleby. For many students and alumni, their fondest memories relate back to their participation in Appleby's co-curricular programs. The arts have offered students a chance to express themselves, inspire one another, and experiment creatively. While athletics have created bonds that stretch across the generations, passing the torch from one championship era to the next. Undeniably, a large part of the unique spirit at Appleby stems from its commitment to service. Appleby had only been open for a few short years when this commitment was tested at the onset of the First World War. Over the course of both World Wars, more than 300 staff and students bravely volunteered to fight overseas. 29 would never return. "70 years later, the school's commitment to the well-being of others remains a cornerstone of the Appleby experience. From the tireless efforts of the Appleby College Parents Association, to the passion and commitment of the school's faculty and employees, to student and alumni leadership in programs like Dignitas and the Kerr Street Ministries, the Appleby community's dedication to the well-being of others has been exemplary. The Appleby experience of today gives students an appreciation for the challenges that lie ahead, while providing them with the knowledge and understanding that will be so vitally important in our leaders of tomorrow. As we look to the future and Appleby's next 100 years, we can do so with confidence, knowing that the school remains grounded in its founding principles, and that the school that began of modest means has grown into one of the world's truly exceptional educational institutions. Much has changed since those first 29 students passed through the doors of Schoolhouse 100 years ago. Although students will graduate and the facilities will continue to change, this quiet stretch of land in Oakville, with its rolling hills and view of the lake, will continue to be home for the Appleby community of the past, the present, and the future.